yes, war is good business for certain parts of the economy.
Got the verses about the rockets and the tanks, stolen oil and the overflowing banks. I'm singing melodies for the kids who stand and stare at a world gone mad while they breathe poison air. I'm pouring all my heart into this protest song, hoping my anger can right some wrong. I put the words on paper like I'm building a machine to tear down the madness, tear down the obscene. But what if it's a hit? What if it's on the radio? What if the profits start to grow? What if my protest rage and tears ends up buying bullets for another 100 years? My publisher says this one's a home run, son. They'll put my face on billboards for everyone. Sell all the t-shirts, sell the streaming rights, but the money goes to Wall Street and the drones in the night. I'm pouring all my heart into this protest song, hoping that my anger can right some wrong. I put the words on paper like I'm building a machine to tear down the madness, tear down the obscene. But what if it's a hit? What if it's on the radio? What if the profits start to grow? What if my protest rage and fears ends up buying bullets for another 100 years? I dream of a world where my song saves a soul, message takes hold and it makes people whole. But I wake up with a thought, with a feel and a dread, that the words I put to paper just get buried in my head. What if it's a hit? What if it's on the radio? What if the profits start to grow? What if my protest rage and tears ends up buying bullets for another 100 years? So if you hear this song and it makes you wanna sing along, just know a part of me hopes that it's gone before it helps the war machine roll on, 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 war machine roll on.
After more than $2 trillion spent in Afghanistan, a cost that researchers at Brown University estimated would be over $300 million a day for 20 years in Afghanistan, for 2 decades. Yes, the American people should hear this. $300 million a day for 2 decades. You take the number of 1 trillion, as many say. That's still $150 million a day for 2 decades. And what have we lost as a consequence in terms of opportunities? I refuse to continue a war that was no longer in the service of the vital national interest of our people. And most of all, after 800,000 Americans serving in Afghanistan, I've traveled that whole country, brave and honorable service. After 20,744 American servicemen and women injured, and the loss of 2,461 American personnel, including 13 lives lost just this week, I refuse to open another decade of warfare in Afghanistan.